go in there and come out looking like you with pants on and a man's shirt and man's tennis shoes and a man hat. You go in the closet and come out with a dress or a skirt, some stockings and a blouse. She wouldn't walk outdoors to the mailbox with you. She'll look at you and say, where you going looking like that? Are you crazy? You think I'm going with you? She can dress like you, but you can't dress like her. And both of you have souls. What do you think Yahweh would do to me if he come back and find me dressed in drag? No. And guess what? They're going to keep coming back. You know why they're going to keep coming back? Because I'm not telling them anything you haven't told them. Hello? I can be a little more dogmatic, because I can't get fired. Ahab was a nimsy-pimsy, rooty-poot king. And whatever he wanted, he ran to Jezebel. Honey. And you know what that heifer would do? She would kill the prophets, threaten the preachers. Huh? As much as I love Sister Lane, to show you how weak Ahab was. And anything that upsets Yahweh is when a man won't be. Listen, I'm going to be a man even if I'm wrong. Because if I'm wrong, Yahweh can make me right. Brethren, I expect you to say something when I say something like that. Unless you sit by your wife and you're scared. Hello? And Pastor, help me out with this. Dr. Heavius, how in the world did Ahab ever become king of Israel? Not only did Ahab worship Baal, he married Baal's daughter, Jezebel. And he's sitting on the throne in Israel with a wife that dressed like a lot of church folks. If Yahweh wanted you to have some green and purple and blue and red, he would have put a little switch here so you could switch it from green, blue, and purple. If he wanted you to have burgundy lips, if he wanted your fingernails to be the color of your blouse, he would have put them on Eve. Come on. No, the church are full of Jezebel. Tell me, when you came out of the world, you're supposed to change your uniform. Can I talk to you up in here? I'm still talking about preachers, so stay with me now. Stay with me now, because I'm going somewhere with this. Can I get a witness up in here? This man was weak, and his wife wore the pants in the family. My older brother, I had to straighten him out. He told me something, and I begged him. I said, Jose, don't tell nobody that. He came to me one time, and he said, you know what? He said, man, I went to this restaurant, and said, I had this lady with me on a date, and said, coming out, say this guy was coming in, and he looked at the woman and said, what you doing with this you-know-who? And cursed. And she said, we broke up 6 months ago, and you know I'm not your woman anymore. Get out of my face. And the Bible, Jose say, he slapped her, pow, right in the face. And then he put his hand in his pocket and asked my brother, now what you gonna do? What you got to say? And you know what he told me? He said he looked at the guy and said, you slapped her good. I said, Jose, please don't say that from the pulpit. Don't tell nobody that. Because the minute he put his hand in his pocket, it wouldn't have came out. Because I'd have hit him dead in his nose. Pow! You're not going to hit no woman with me. And then Heavius probably had to rebaptize me, because when I knocked him on the ground and I would say, now get up, get yourself up. And next time you see me with a woman, don't you ever lift your hand and slap her. Now, ladies, if I see a man slapping you around, I'm going to come to your defense. But if you pull a gun, I'm going to say, help the Lord. Help us, don't be looking at me like that. That's what you're going to say too. Is it all right for a preacher to tell the truth in the pulpit? When he stuck his hand in his pocket, he never would have brought it out. Somebody needs to go with me up in here. A man's got to be a man even if he's wrong. And a real man will never hit a woman. You want to hurt her, walk away from her. Women want you to stay there and fuss with them. You can't beat them arguing anyway. Because when she gets through looking you in the eyes and you start looking down at the ground, she know you're lying. You know, like Charlie Pride said, kiss an angel good morning and let her know you think about her when she's gone. You got to call her in the daytime and tell her, baby, you know I love her. She know you're lying, but it's good to call her and tell her that anyhow. Ladies, when I do this, it's your time to talk back. All men don't lie about it. They love their wife. Can I get a witness? And brother, when you start getting quiet, I know I'm hitting you. And I ain't after the brother because I'm a man, my badge set. Are you listening to me? He married Baal's daughter. But wait a minute, sis. I love your spirit. You have a good spirit about you, lady, both of you. Listen. Stay with me. Stay with me. But you know what? There were 850 prophets in Israel. Jezebel had 450, and her man had 400. Am I in the Bible, preacher? Now, Sister Lane can't have 50 more men. Ladies, do you think you can handle 450 men? Some of you don't have one. She was so bad. Her nimsy, pimsy, rooty poo, the husband should have said, listen, woman, how you end up with 50 more men more than me? I'm the man of this palace. I'm the man of my house. Jezebel said, don't even question me. I got 450. Take your little 400 and go do your thing. Wait a minute. Some men will say to their wife, honey, company coming over tonight. Will you let me be the man until they leave? I'm talking about do preachers lie? Now, I'm not lying to them. I'm telling you the truth. Some men will say, if you don't think I wear the pants in my family, look under my apron. Those are pants right there, bro. You're not a man because you have a fist and a muscle. You're a man because Yahweh lives in your coconut. Come on. And you know how to treat your wife and treat your children and treat your neighbors. Come on, brothers and sisters. It starts with a man. Now, I have a problem because I don't believe nothing that I don't read in the Bible. And when the Bible says it's not good for a woman to usher authority over a man, he meant that. There's a couple of ladies in Atlanta and Memphis, they're bishops. On television and radio, bishop this and bishop that. And I asked one time, I said, and if you're old enough to understand what I'm saying, you need to understand it. I said, the Bible said a bishop must be the husband of one wife. I said, are you a man? You know I'm not a man. I said, I didn't think you were a man. I said, I can't call you bishop. Well, you can't get in my pulpit. I said, I don't want to get in your pulpit because you're totally out of order. I said, I know you don't have a penis because you've had 3 babies. No, wait a minute. I got to flow and the devil got to go. Y'all don't have to say nothing. Somebody's going to have to call sin by its right name. We've been too tactful and delicate and diplomatic. Ahab was a disgrace. 850 false preachers, prophets over Israel. Stay with me. Stay with me. Do preachers lie? Stay with me. 850. And they were on Ahab and Jezebel's payroll. Thank you for that amen, brother. Baal worshipers. But yet they were the ones that was leading the people. Just like this area, Dallas, Fort Worth, come on, Arlington, brothers and sisters, if there were 850 false prophets then, there are more than that now, right here in your area. And if somebody doesn't call on them and call it out and make it perfectly clear and let you know that you could be sitting under a false prophet leading you to hell 100 miles an hour. Well, I came to help you hit brakes. He said, come out from among them and be ye separate, said Yah. He's calling his people out of darkness into the marvelous light. What do you mean, Brother Lane? We are the light of the world. How can you sit under dark? Did you not know? Take your time, Lane. Don't you rush. Did you not know this church right now is full of darkness? I'm not talking about you. There's darkness in this room. And the only reason why is you can't see it because the light is greater than darkness. Darkness can't stay when the light come on. But if you don't think it's up in here, turn the light off. You don't have to go outside and say, darkness, we just turned the light off. Come on in now. It's here. But we are the light of the world. We're greater than darkness. And when you walk in a room, it should make a difference. Brothers and sisters, I went to a restaurant. I was hungry. And the lady said to me, she said, smoking or non-smoking? I said, I'm hungry. I want to eat right now. I said, how long is it going to take for the non-smoking? She said, you got to wait about 20 minutes. I said, I can't wait. Take me to the smoking area. I sat there, and they brought me my food in about 5 or 6 minutes. And so I decided I'm going to bless it loud. I say, Yahweh, I'm here. Wasn't nothing there but white people. I said, I'm sitting down here, and I'm a preacher of righteousness. I'm praying, blessing my food that loud. I said, and all these people smoking around me. Don't let a one die from smoke, from cancer, while they're blowing their smoke on your servant. Please, Father, protect me around the smokers today. And when I looked around, everybody said, oh, we saw a preacher. We didn't know you were here. They start putting out their cigarettes. A child of Yah can go into a smoking area and turn it to a non-smoking area. Come on, brothers and sisters. It all depends on who you serve. Doc, I stopped by to tell you, if you're scared to fly, fly with me while I'm flying, because the plane's not coming down as long as I'm flying on that bad boy. Come on, because he said, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. I am somebody. I am what I am, not because I made myself what I am, but I am what I am because the great I am made me who I am. And until you realize who you are, you will never be able to accomplish anything. Do preachers lie? And because Ahab was a liar, because Jezebel was a liar, and because all 850 of their preachers was liars, Yahweh said, I got something against all of you. And the Bible says Ahab decided he wanted to go and fight against Ramoth Gilead. Oh, you listen to me. But I'll stop by to tell you, you will lose every battle if you're not on Yahweh's side. Don't you try to take the devil on without Yahweh. Oliver, Ahab said Ramoth Gilead belonged to Israel. But he knew that he did not have the necessary allies to go and fight because he knew Yahweh wasn't on his side. At least he had sense enough to know that. So he sent and got Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, a righteous king. Let me tell you something. Your mama and your daddy may not agree with you because you're a commandment keeper. But when they get sick, they're going to call on you. Don't fool yourself. They may put you down and laugh at you and scandalize your name, but the minute they get in trouble, they're not going to their hypocrite friends. They're going to look up somebody that they know that they're on Yahweh's side. They're going to come to you for help. Why? Because even though the devil know who we are, God, Yahweh will let him prophesy your victory and testify their own defeat. Y'all still with me in here? Huh? He said, I want to go get Ramoth Gilead, but I can't do it. So he sent for Jehoshaphat, king of Judah. And when he went, you see, kin folks. Jehoshaphat's son was married to Ahab's daughter. Huh? So they had a little kindred there. So he felt like, well, since I can't go and fight, I'll send and get Jehoshaphat. He's a true man of Yah. He's king of Judah. And Jehoshaphat, knowing that Ahab was the king of Israel sitting on his throne, Jehoshaphat sent back word to Ahab and said, go tell Ahab, I don't mind coming and working with him, but I know he's not going to get off of his throne and let me sit on his throne. So I asked him, does he have a problem with me bringing my own throne? Boy, these kings was into power, man. I ain't going down to Israel and have to stand around and sit on some old stool or chair you're going to pull out of the corner. If I'm coming, I'm bringing my own throne. At this particular time, Oliver, there are 2 thrones on the dice. Ladies, I need your help because you know I know what I'm talking about. Brother, when Jehoshaphat came into Israel, the Bible says Ahab put on a show of ostentation and pomp and done everything to make Jehoshaphat feel comfortable. He stroked him, rode him in his chariot. It was Jehoshaphat day. The band players came out. The marchers marched. Hail to Jehoshaphat. They fed him grapes and the best food because Ahab had something in mind. And he said, if I get him all pumped up, when I ask him to go with me, he won't be able to say no. And ladies, you know what I'm talking about. When that guy came to pick you up for the first time, he wouldn't let you open the door. When he got to the restaurant, you tried to get out. He said, oh, baby, don't touch that door. And he run around. And he opened the door. He liked what he see. He's scoping behind you to him. He go to the restaurant, open the door. You walk in. He pull out the chair, push it up under you. Take off your coat, put it on the back of the chair. When you finish, he get up, pull the chair out from under you, push it back under the table, go out to the car, open the door. He's still looking. Got something on his mind. So whatever you have to do to get your attention. I hate to say that, brethren. All of us are not like that. Ladies, we're not all bad. Most of us are. As soon as you say I do, sometimes 6 months doesn't pass. You done got married now. He go back to that same restaurant. Get out of the car. He's walking through the door of the restaurant. He looked back at you and said, I thought you were hungry. Woman, come on, we don't have all day. Get out the car, let's get some food so we can get out. You sat there waiting for him to open the door. He looked back at you and said, we're all in a hurry now, come on, let's go. He got what he wanted. It's getting old now. Ladies, don't try to act like you don't know what I'm talking about. If you got a good husband, you got something. Brethren, if you got a good wife, let me tell you something. The Bible doesn't say nothing about he that finds a good husband, but he put emphasis on he that finds a good wife. Because they say a bad woman is rotten into a man's bone. Brother, you get yourself a bad woman, you messed up, Jack. Because you can't be the woman being low down. Brethren, we don't even know how to cheat. We'll go to a hotel, sleep with a woman, and take a bath with some ivory soap. And your wife buy all the soap in the house. And the best thing on her face is her nose. And when you walk in, she can smell you took a bath in ivory soap. And she's wondering, you didn't take no bath on your job, so where did you take a bath smelling like ivory soap? Come on, she know what you've done, and sometimes she won't say nothing. Come on. He that findeth a good wife findeth a precious jewel. The Bible said a good woman can burn the light on both cases. She can burn it all night long. Brother, we burn it for 5 minutes, and then we start snoring to them. And I've discovered sex ain't that good anyway. Anything that doesn't last but a couple of seconds. Quit trying to act deep. Your roots all up on top of the ground. You know what I'm talking about. You're going to go to hell over something that lasts a couple of seconds. And some of you haven't had one good ying in I don't know how long. I'm preaching. I'm telling you the truth. I'm not lying. But I want to show you something here. Stay with me. Sometimes I say some funny things, but I'm serious as sickle cell up here. He wanted to fight to reclaim Ramoth Gilead. Oh, but I got news for you, ladies. Yahweh know what's on your mind, brother. He knew what was on Ahab's mind. Watch this, Pastor. The Bible said Yahweh called a board meeting in heaven. Brother, you got to be some pretty bad folks for Yahweh to call a board meeting. 1 Kings 22, let's go get it. 1 Kings what? 22, let's go find it. Let's go find it. 1 Kings 22. As soon as you find it, look back up at me. Don't try to read it, because I ain't going to even tell you where it is until I get ready. When you find it, 1 Kings 22, and hold it. When you find it, look at me. This is some good stuff I'm going to share with you, because it's time to come out of the darkness into the marvelous light. We should be out of here before 9 o'clock. All depends on how you act.